Hi Sagittarius, how are we today? This week we're just looking at your person, and I will be sort of doing a no contact with your person section at the end as well. So it doesn't matter whether you and your person are actually already in contact. We will get the messages there coming on through, but then I will be sort of, just dedicating a little bit at the end to if you are in a no contact situation with your person and see what's going on with that as well. So make sure you do, comment on the videos. So you will go in the draw for that personal reading when that's drawn, and obviously subscribe so you can keep updated when that happens as well. Now today I will be using the 7th Seal Lenormand deck there. I do also have the Island Time Wellness deck. And today we are grabbing an overview card from the Witch's Familiar Runic Oracle. So if you are familiar with runes, they are based on those. I know a lot of people may like to use runes in, like protection type spell work, as well as, just personal mantras and whatnot for manifestations. So, we'll see what rune is popping on out for you this week, Saggy. So I'll just make sure I keep some timestamps for everyone so we can keep an idea of when the readings actually start. But first of all, that rune for you there as a bit of an overview of what's going on with you and your person. So Sagittarius and their person, please. Okay, so we're seeing this beautiful card, the Laguz card. Now that has the seahorse on there. So, if you do know anything about seahorses, seahorse males are the ones that carry the babies. So I've always found with the seahorse imagery, we do always get a lot of sort of balance between the masculine and feminine energies. So that's always a lovely card to see. Now I'm just having a look at my little thing here. It does talk specifically about flow, memory, the unconscious, fate and karma, as well as dreams. Okay, so when it comes to your connection with your person at the moment, you may be having a lot of dreams about your person. And if you do have dreams that feel somewhat significant, it may be worth looking into those at the moment to get some extra meaning. They may be quite important for you at the moment, with that sort of being, that 5D kind of aspect, talking about dreams there, but also, where we do see that it could have to do with fate and karma as well. So we may possibly be looking at a bit of a karmic connection, or a connection that, was brought to you by fate, so to speak. So we'll delve a little bit more into that as we go. I do find the readings do somehow always link back to those themes one way or another. Okay, so Sagittarius and their person, please. What's going on with your person and this connection? Okay, so we are seeing the clouds card come straight on out there, and it is another card that can actually be quite tied to dreams as well. So I feel that dreams may be very, very important at the moment with this connection. So yeah, like I said, if you can remember your dreams, they might be worth looking into at the moment. They may have some extra answers for you when it comes to your connection at the moment. Okay, but it also does talk about, just in general, your thoughts. There can be a bit of confusion and overthinking when it comes to the clouds card as well. And we are seeing it here with the coffin card, okay? So the coffin really does talk about that cycle of death and rebirth. We are seeing this particular coffin with the cross imagery as well. So once again, that can talk about sort of destined events. This thing that, whatever cycle that we've had to close on out, that we are sort of a bit anxious or overthinking, we've had to close something out so that something new can come along. But it kind of feels like it was kind of destined to close that cycle out. That's sort of exactly what we're supposed to be doing. So yeah, like I said, with the coffin, death and rebirth. So something needing to end in order to allow new things to begin. So we may be seeing here a connection where certain elements of the connection have ended, or it could be the connection itself has ended. We'll definitely sort of be delving into that in the no contact sort of section. So if you're not in contact, it is worth watching both sections, because I am finding they are quite relevant across the board there. But if you are in contact with your person, it may just be talking about something within the connection that has had to end. And it may even just be talking about, some sort of confusion or overthinking that needs to end. The clouds can talk a little bit about anxiety. So we might be having just a little bit of anxious turmoil going on at the moment, some things that are triggering some anxiety type issues, some confusion, and needing to end that cycle so that we can sort of start anew within the connection as well. So that's kind of what's sort of currently going on with the connection. Of course, if anything doesn't sort of resonate for you, make sure you do check, your other placements or your person's sign as well, as they are uploaded. This week I'm doing fire, earth, air, and then water. So one element each day will be uploaded. So you will see this video is going to be uploaded alongside Aries and obviously Leo. Took me a second there. Okay, but we'll look a little bit more into your actual person's energy there. So Sagittarius, what is your person's feelings towards Sagittarius and this connection, please? Okay, and will your person be taking any action towards you? What's your person's next actions towards Sagittarius, please? What's this person's next actions towards Sagittarius? Okay, and some near future outcomes when it comes to this connection for Sagittarius and their person, please. Near future outcomes, Sagittarius and your person. Okay, so their current feelings towards you, I actually saw the exact same two cards came out in this same order for, it was either Aries or Leo. I'm pretty sure it was Aries. My brain, honestly, once I do a reading, I kind of just wipe it from my mind so that I'm in a totally new energy for the next reading. So sometimes I really do struggle to remember exactly which sign it was. But yeah, so it was either Aries or Leo. So, if you do have a strong placement in one of those, or your person is an Aries or a Leo, it may well be worth checking that video as well, because we are seeing the anchor and then the stork card there. Okay, so their feelings for you, they're feeling a bit weighed down by something at the moment, but they're sort of ready to take flight with that stork. So once again, that similar sort of energy with the clouds and the coffin there, that anchor is that sort of being weighed down by this anxiety, these thoughts at the moment. I feel something that's sort of weighing them down, holding them in place. We might be just a little bit of stagnancy in their feelings at the moment. Okay, and so we're seeing that sort of reflected in the clouds. So whatever's going on, for your person at the moment, it is sort of making a little bit of stagnancy when it comes to their feelings and emotions at the moment. But we are seeing like I said, that bird about to take flight. So they're quite ready to stir up the new energy within the connection and within their feelings for you. It may already be starting to sort of stir up for them, and maybe that's why they are getting this confusion, this overthinking. They may be overthinking a few things and overthinking that they have been a little bit stuck or whatever that is there, and definitely though moving into this new energy, because the stork really does stir up new energy there, and brings new sort of elements into the connection and into the feelings side of the connection there as well, which I'm kind of seeing that, the flow through is looking absolutely, we're not looking at any dramas, with the flow through there, with those new feelings coming through, because when it comes to any actions they will be taking towards you, we do have the heart and the lily coming on through there. So once again, we are seeing feelings, shown with these actions, okay? Because the lily is a super intimate card. It can talk quite a lot about emotional vulnerabilities and intimacy. So we do see that, they're wanting to sort of give you their heart. That's the kind of action that you're going to be seeing from them, is they really do want to share their heart with you, okay? And so this may be on a more emotional connection type level, wanting to share, their love with you. They can be quite romantic as well, so there may be some romance coming through with their actions. But with that lily, it really does talk about that, intimate connection, like not just a physical intimacy, but emotional intimacy, as well as longevity. Okay, so they're definitely coming through with some actions, heading into sort of long term with you. So that's really beautiful to be seeing, and it does sort of really flow on through from that stork energy. It's definitely, they're really wanting to sort of bring that new element in when it comes to their emotions, putting their emotions on the table by the feel of that. And then when we've looked at outcomes there, we are seeing the bear, followed by the ship card. Okay, and so in this spread, the bear is really going to be talking about, they're feeling quite protective of, this connection. I feel you both probably feeling quite protective of this connection. The bear can talk about strength, so it really is whatever's going on here emotionally, talking about our emotions or whatever that may be. It's really going to strengthen the connection as well. The bear is quite a strong, powerful card. So it's kind of like that power couple vibes as an outcome. It definitely can be like that. And you can see this particular bear has got a crown there as well. So we're definitely getting that sense of, power couple and, king to the queen kind of vibe there, as well. And then with the ship, it's kind of talking about, wanting to take this journey together, and your ships are coming in. So everything that you sort of have been sort of hoping for, it feels like, the journey is just starting, but it's also ending. Do you know what I mean? It's the ships are coming in to port, there, but they're full of cargo. They're going to be offloading their cargo. So all your ships have come in with good fortune, but also that, that journey together is just sort of starting as well. This brand new journey of power and strength is just starting as well. The ship can talk about, travel. It could be talking about, you guys traveling together, going on adventures together, having that sense of adventure between you. It can also talk about distance and those sorts of things as well. But I'm really getting it's more that whole ships coming in kind of vibe. Everything's sort of settling and onto this. You can see it's just this little ship on this big calm ocean. So it does feel like, your ships have set sail, like, because if we're looking, when we're going from the anchor to the ship as well, it's kind of like, look, they've using that stalk to lift that anchor up and bring that ship on in. A lot of the time when I do get the ship card, in love readings, I do really get that vibe of, like you're a part of the ship. You guys kind of, that that Johnny Depp movie where, they literally become a part of the ship. It's kind of like you guys are each other's sort of home port, so to speak. So that's actually beautiful energy there. I will grab a oracle for you there. Sagittarius and their person, please. Sagittarius and their person. So we're seeing quite a lot of water imagery as well, okay? So So there may be some water connection between you and your person as well. One of you may have a strong water placement, or they may be a water sign as well. Okay, Sagittarius and their person, please. Okay, so we are seeing the separation card coming out. So I feel like once again that's coming all the way back to this coffin and anchor energy, I feel. Okay, so whatever's happened, whatever people are overthinking there, it may have been some sort of separation. It may have just been a temporary separation. With the ship there as well, it may have just been like a physical separation, like one of you has had to travel with work, those sorts of a thing. But we are looking at separation somehow being important to the connection between you and your person. So it does say sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning and unsure of the future. So I feel like, yeah, that's probably part of what's going on with that clouds energy and getting them overthinking. I feel like maybe that's what's ended. Maybe the separation has ended and we're looking at a brand new cycle coming on through. So that may not resonate for every single Sagittarius out there, but for those of you who it does resonate for, I feel that that's sort of just, yeah, that coffin energy. And we are looking at, like in your person's actions, we're seeing the heart and the lily. So we're definitely seeing, and the ship also shows movement back towards you. So even if there has been some sort of a separation, even if it's just emotionally, do you know what I mean? Separation can just talk about emotional separation as well. And that's why we are seeing this overthinking and whatnot as well. So whatever that means for you there, I'm sure you obviously know your situation a lot better than I will. Okay, but I'll move over to the ones that are in no contact situations there. So if you and your person Sagittarius are currently in no contact, we'll have a bit of a look at what's going on with that for you. Okay, Sagittarius and the person that they are not in contact with. Sagittarius and their person that they are not in contact with, please. Okay, so when I'm asking about that person, we are seeing very similar sort of an energy to that previous reading. So that previous reading definitely may have been for somebody who is not in contact or minimal contact with their person at the moment as well. But we are seeing the anima, which is the feminine energy. We are also seeing the fish card there, as well as the clouds card. Okay, so I'll just sort of the quick little story there. We've just sort of gone over the clouds card already, but whichever the feminine energy, which I feel is your person, because when we did do that last reading, we did see that their actions were going to be the lily, which is also a very feminine card, and the heart, which is also a feminine card. So we are sort of feeling that feminine energy going on with this no contact person as well. But then the fish does talk about abundance. Once again, like I said, seeing that water imagery strong, the fish card can talk about Pisces, Aquarius, or a Gemini energy coming on through. But I feel it's just something water related for you guys today. But also the clouds, which is kind of, overthinking. So I feel that too. Whoever the feminine is in this no contact situation, I feel like this is quite literal, and it's just saying they're having an abundance of thoughts and they are really overthinking and they're abundantly confused and abundantly anxious about the connection and about the no contact situation. Okay, so I feel that with the feminine energy there too, they're kind of very I'm feeling a lot of emotion, especially with that clouds on the other end. The feminine card, obviously does talk about someone who can be stuck in their feelings or their emotions quite heavily as compared to the masculine energy, you know, and then we're seeing the fish in the middle. So with the fish imagery, when it comes to love readings, there is a bit of an extra layer as well. And I do find with this particular deck, we do see the two fish in the picture there. So once again, bringing back that seahorse energy with that, you know, that fate kind of a feel to it, that destiny kind of feel, like they feel like you are their fish, okay? And you can see the two little fish just swimming around this no contact issue at the moment, and it's sort of getting them into their you know, emotions and their overthinking at the moment. Okay, so I feel like that's kind of what's going on with this situation at the moment. Of course, reverse the reading if necessary, if it does resonate for you in your particular situation. That's you, but that's what we're sort of seeing there. But we'll delve a little bit more into that. Sagittarius and their person, please. Can we see the? Let me just. Can we see what's coming up next in this no contact situation with Sagittarius and their no contact person? Will there be contact in the near future? Okay, and if Sagittarius reached out to this person that they are not in contact with, what would the outcome be? Okay, so what we're kind of seeing there, when I did ask a bit more directly about will there be near future contact, we are getting the coffin card once again, the mouse card, as well as the whip card. Okay, so that's pretty much a no. There's not going to be any contact directly. Okay, but I am feeling that this is coming from your person. Okay, so there will be no contact from your person. Because then when I've asked more directly about what would happen if you reached out, we are seeing a bit of a different message. So I'll get to that in a second there. So I do feel like this is that feminine overthinking energy. You know, they're overthinking too much, I feel. You know, they're wondering why the contact has ended, and really wanting that new beginning with you. So they do want to, you know, the coffin is death and rebirth. So they know that something has ended and that contact has ended, and they're really looking for that rebirth to come on through with that coffin card. But, you know, they are, once again, with the mice card, we're seeing them back in their thoughts, overthinking things. The mice card a lot of the time does talk about, you know, they're feeling the loss, and they are sort of something chewing away at them. Okay, so the mice card really does eat away at you. Okay, so you can they are really in their emotions at the moment. Okay, and then with the whip there as well, seeing the whip in the clouds on the same sort of spread really does tell me that they're really struggling a little bit with anxiety issues. It's causing them a lot of tension and trouble that being in no contact with you. You know, they're overthinking every little thing. You know, it's totally chewing away at the back of their mind constantly, I feel. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, we did see in the center there, they do want this abundance, and they do want these little fish to be swimming around together. You know, and once again with that coffin rebirth, they do want this, I feel. But they are, you know, it's just a bit of drama going on. They may have something else going on in their life at the moment, and that's part of the reason that they're not you know, going to be able to reach out to you, Sagittarius. But I do feel that if you were to reach out to them, that it probably would be actually quite well received. Okay, so we're seeing the ring, the rider, and the clover. Okay, and so I feel that these two here are pretty much a direct message to you, Sagittarius. Okay, so we're seeing that the outcome, if you were to reach out to this person, the outcome there is the ring. You can see there with that having the little infinity symbol above that. So, you know, they're definitely feeling that this is, you know, a connection that could be, you know, the forever type connection, the infinite type connection between the two of you. Okay, so there definitely is some real positive opportunities in the future with this connection. I just feel like with whatever's going on with your person, they're just so worked up at the moment. I like it's kind of doing my head in right now because they are really worked up and they're really overthinking every little thing, and it's really stressing them out. I can't tell if it's that I feel like this connection is just part of what is stressing them out big time at the moment, but they are so in their thoughts at the moment that they just, you know, they can't do, I feel like they just can't do or say anything at the moment. They don't know what to say. They're just so confused and they just don't know what to do or say. But if you were to reach out to them, we are seeing possible reconciliation with the ring card there, okay? And then with the rider and the clover, like I said, I feel like this may be a bit of a direct message to you, because the rider, he does come on in bringing good news, okay? So, and then with the clover does talk about good fortune, as well as taking a risk and taking a gamble. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of spirit just letting you know, it's you're more than able to take a risk on this person at this time. You know, if you come on in and give them the good news that look, XYZ. You know, I don't know your individual situation, but, you know, the good news, the good fortune even just could be, look, I want to reconcile. I want to talk to you. I miss you, you know. I'm going to grab another oracle because that's what that separation card, it did sort of say, you know, missing you and whatnot as well. So I feel that if you were to come to this person and reach out to them and be like, look, I really miss you. Why are we not talking? I just want to talk to you again, or whatever your situation would desire there. I feel like high risk, high reward at the moment, Sagittarius. Like, you know, even if you're just coming in with good news of, look, I just want to be there for you. Whatever's going on right now, I just want to be there for you and support you and help you clear some of this anxiety and get through this. You know, I feel like they're in just so much turmoil at the moment. Like it's still really bugging me in the back of my it's just buzzing away there. It's just they're in a they're in a pretty bad mind space at the moment. I do feel, Sagittarius. So, you know, going back to that feminine energy as well. Something I do like to say with that feminine energy is, you know, softly, softly. Okay, tread carefully and tread softly and try to be very respectful of emotion, okay, because they are they're not in a good place mentally at the moment, I don't feel. You know, so if there's some way that you can alleviate that by getting back in contact with them, well then, you know, like I said though, the clover card really does talk about it's like a risk, okay? So you know, the potential is definitely there that it could bring super good fortune, but it's something you're going to have to tread very softly, in order to, you know, bring some good fortune to your person. Okay, but Sagittarius and the person that they are not in contact with, can we get a potential outcome if Sagittarius reached out to the person that they are not in contact with, please? Outcome if Sagittarius was to reach out to the person that they are not in contact with. Okay, so we are seeing the kisses card there. So that does say unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection and falling in love. Okay, so I feel like the affection side of that, quite important. And look, right underneath that we have the not enough card followed by the twin flames card. Okay, so we're seeing that, you know, there's self-sabotaging, I feel, with that not enough card. I feel that that's the energy they might be in. They might feel as though they're not enough for you, Sagittarius, and that's part of why they are in such an emotional turmoil at the moment. But and then yeah, and then talking, and then yeah. So we've got some definite storylines there that this could actually be, potentially really, really good. But it is also it is talking a lot about, you know, regaining that balance and that, that yin yang duality, that complementing each other. You sort of being supportive to them may be exactly what they need right now. But also, if you do try to reach out to somebody and they're just not quite ready to hear it because they're so wrapped up in whatever all this emotion is, well, you took the risk, and as long as you're putting yourself out there, I suppose, it's what shall be will be. But like I said, though, I do feel that it is worth taking the risk for this person, and bringing on that good news towards them may actually work out really beautifully for this connection. Okay, but I just feel like your person's just in such a hard space at the moment. I feel as though their energy may be changing pretty quickly. Okay, so if if this is resonating for you, just be aware that you may just want to go really softly into that, because they are in that space where that when you're that deep in a confusion or emotional state, your energy does shift with like the wind, so it could be, they could receive you really well one second, but then the next second not so much. Okay, so softly, softly. Okay, but yeah, so that's what I have for you today, Sagittarius. So thanks for sticking with me, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.